This is a review of Realme Buds T200, which is I think available for around 1500 rupees. Since I have used the Buds T200X, which is slightly the lower variant of this, and the Realme Buds T310, which is the higher variant of this, I feel this one fits perfectly in between these two price ranges. But please don't get the neon green color. It is very attention seeking when you have them on your ears. But it matches my channel name, so nice. It's made of glossy plastic and the top and bottom are flat. So it stands like this, in a flat table. You have an LED light in front and the USB Type-C port is in the bottom. And it's very slim, so it slides easily in the pocket. This is how it opens up, and when you take a look at the buds, it's really small and lightweight. And on this side you have the touch area. You can see it's slightly inside. Now one thing is, this earphones, it does not have a single touch support. Either it's double touch or triple tap or tap and hold, which is somewhat nice because that accidental touch is not there. You have this app called the Realme Link. Inside, if you go to the button settings, you can customize each of the types of touches like double tap, triple tap, tap and hold, etc. Now I tried this thing for a whole 3-hour flight. I watched an entire movie, and even after getting out of the flight, I was traveling in a cab. At that time I was listening to music. So one thing which I can guarantee is the comfort is not an issue, because see, there's an oval shaped earbuds, and when you keep it in your ears, it doesn't fall off, and you don't even feel that this is there because of the lightweightedness. But how is the sound? So compared to the lower priced T200X and the higher priced T310, what is special about this Buds T200 is this has support for high-res and the LDAC, because both of them also come with the same 12.4mm dynamic bass drivers. In the audio department, what I felt is the default signature of this earbuds is bass heavy. So you don't install the Realme Link app, you just pair it with your phone, put it in your ears and start playing music. What you feel is the music is fine, but the bass is a little bit overpowering. But the good part is, inside the Realme Link app, you have this toggle for high definition audio. So you can just turn on that high definition audio, and it affects the battery life a little bit. I'll come to that. But the sound quality is excellent. Since it's a bass heavy device, what I would recommend is you have this EQ mode here, right? Just click on this EQ mode and you have you'll see a EQ called Serenade. Now this Serenade is what is best of both worlds. You get good bass, but you also get good trebles. Now if you want if you're a bass heavy thumpy bass kind of a guy, you can go with clear bass, because deep bass is a little bit annoying for your ears, so clear bass is fine. And then this thing called the dynamic audio, you can just turn on the dynamic audio and tune it yourself, so you can decide how this earphone would sound. Now you have one more thing called the spatial audio, which I found it kind of a gimmick. Yeah, there is a difference, but it's not very significant. Now one thing which I found is the volume is comparatively higher. That is, if you have two earphones in the same price bracket, say you put it in 50%, this one would sound a little bit louder. Now the T200X has around 25 dB of ANC, while the T310 has around 46 dB of ANC. Now this ANC is not that great. This ANC is very good. The Buds T200 again stands in the middle with around 32 dB of ANC. Now, as I said, I used it in flight. What I felt is, so you turn on the ANC, you don't hear a lot of noise, but yes, you can hear a little bit of engine noise, a little bit of cabin noise here and there. But since this earphone is loud, you can just increase the volume and you will be fine. You can easily watch a movie, nothing as such. And yes, if you're not a person who turns on the transparency mode while speaking, then yes, when air hostess comes and asks which food you want, you have to take it out of your ears and ask, what? So that is there, so ANC works. But where I felt the ANC works pretty decently is in cab. So when you're going in cab, you don't hear much of a noise, the AC or the engine noise, nothing. And even in traffic, you don't feel that much of the noise around you. Now, regarding the battery life, for the entire flight duration, I turned on the ANC and I turned on the LDAC. And I was able to easily watch a 3-hour movie and then listen to songs. So it gave me around 4 to 5 years of battery life with the LDAC turned on. If you turn off the LDAC but still have the ANC on, you can get around 5 to 6 hours. And if you don't have the ANC or transparency mode on, you can easily get up to 8 hours in a single charge. In the Realme Link app, once you connect the TWS, in the bottom you can see how much time it actually would play. You can just subtract around 30 minutes from this this and it will be approximate. And yes, you can pair up to 2 devices at a single time. So you have a laptop and a phone, you can connect both of them together. Yeah, dual pairing is there. And if you are wearing this to gym, it's fine. A little bit drizzle, no issues. IP55 rated. The case is not rated, but the buds is rated. There is also low latency mode. I generally don't prefer TWSs while gaming, but if you're into gaming, that is there. I haven't tested it much because I don't do gaming. And yes, regarding the microphones, I would say the microphones is decent. Wait, I'll just show you a sample. What you're hearing right now is the audio that is recorded from the Realme Buds T200. So this is how it would sound like. So if you're in a silent room and you're taking calls, attending meetings, etc., most of the background noises is suppressed, so the clarity is good. But the real problem comes when you are speaking outdoors. Say you have a windy situation or you are in a traffic. This AI algorithm which processes your sound is so high that you will feel your voice to be a little bit robotic when the background noise increases. But if you don't have background noise, say you are at home, at office, etc., there is no issues. But if you have a windy area or high background noise places, that's when your audio is fine. I mean, the other person would be able to figure it out, but again it will be a highly processed audio. Yeah, so to summarize, for 1500 rupees, what I liked is, one, the sound quality is nice. If you're into bass heavy songs, this is good to go. And yes, in this price point you get support for LDAC and high-res wireless audio, and it's comfortable for long time use and gives pretty decent battery life for the price. What I didn't like is the mic is average. I mean, I told you, right, in a high noise environment the mics a little bit over process your sound, and the ANC is not very good, not very bad, it's decent. And the sound, as I said, it's by default bass boosted. So if you're not a person who fiddles around with the EQ stuffs, by default you'll feel like, oh, this bass is overpowering. So that a little bit of learning curve or tuning is needed after the initial pairing. Yeah, so that's it. You can check out more details of this particular product in the product section and others as well. If you like this review, if you like this video, do check out the other videos and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.